Hey guys, this is Crypto Spook.
And this is Moriarty.
And today we're playing a game called Expeditions Viking, which is a top-down, scrolly type game.
Top-down, scrolly type game.
That's a technical definition, sir. Where you are playing as a Viking whose father has just died. So I kind of screwed this up. So when you create a character, it says, "What's your first name?" And I said, "Crypto." And it said, "Father's name." I'm like, oh, that's my last name. So I put in Spook. So I'm like, I'll be Crypto of Spook. And no, apparently they really did want my father's name. So they keep referring to my father as the guy who died.
Spook has died.
Yeah, they keep saying, "Your father's Spook was terrible. He was a bad thane." I'm like, that's not a nice thing for you to say. So this starts out, and currently we are enjoying the feast after my father's death. He was burned on a long ship, which they, sent out to sea and shot flaming arrows at it. And I just talked to all the people, and some guy came here and said, "Your dad sucked, we hate you, and now I'm going to go out there and defend his honor because I'm supposed to be taking over his place as the new thane." So your job while you're doing all this is to make sure that you lead the clan correctly and don't do anything stupid. You got to make sure that everybody respects you, and it's a lot of things to think about. I didn't really see how much that changed anything, but that's what I did. I decided that I'm going to be a good thane and make good decisions and be a strong leader for my person. I tried to make those decisions and found out that the game is incredibly difficult. For some reason, there's no way to grind out experience, get better weapons, or anything like that until perhaps later in the game.
I will say that when I asked you if you were done recording, you said no, I'm still playing.
It's a fun game. I mean, the story is pretty good. There's no voice acting, but the story they tell through text is pretty good. I believe this is a Unity game as well, and the graphics don't look that bad.
You know what this reminds me of is Neverwinter Nights.
So it is a turn-based game with turn-based combat, kind of a little bit...
XCOM.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit XCOM, but it's hard to know exactly what's going on because they don't explain the combat system at all. They just say, "Go get them, tiger." So I figured, okay, if I just click on people... I thought the red circles were enemies at first, and then I was like, oh, that's me.
You know how to play XCOM. Not well, admittedly, but you know how.
Oh, I feel like I've beaten you every time we've played.
I feel like that's a lie.
Hey man, whatever helped you sleep at night.
The fact is that I'm going to edit in here a part where you're saying,
"My name is Crypto Spook and I'm awful at XCOM."
Well, however accurate that may or may not be, this game's hard. It's really hard. Your character's a weakling and you can't get good weapons.
Well, I feel like you're supposed to utilize your tactic.
There are no tactics. You have a bow that does barely any damage, and then you have a hand axe. Not even a sword, you just get a small little hand axe, which does like 10 damage. I spent probably an hour just getting the tar beaten out of me by everybody I fought.
I can see how awful you are at your tactics here by deciding to randomly move your characters back and forth.
Yeah, that was an attack of opportunity for that guy, which apparently they can get anytime you move towards them or away from them.
This actually looks like a lot of fun to me.
It is a lot of fun. I imagine once I leveled up my character some and got some good grinding in, I would have really enjoyed it, but... When my character, who's the guy in the back with the red shirt, does the least damage out of everybody in my squad, including the stable boy, I just feel bad about it.
Worse than the stable boy.
Yeah, the stable boy is out there just slaying people with the bow. And I'm like, "Take 10 damage, punk!" Yep, they do not explain that whole attack of opportunity thing at all.
If your character dies, can your army continue to fight?
Yes, it can. In fact, I haven't really found that death is very final at all. You just get back up after the battle's over, and usually just go and fight the same battle again. But this time you'll be tired. You'll notice you'll have Z's by your name.
You do no damage.
Like none. Everybody else in the party does twice as much damage as me.
Definitely feels XCOM-y.
It is, especially when you're like 1 foot away from the guy and miss.
Now that is something that happens in XCOM way too much.
See that? He just got shot in the neck with a bow, and now he's just rolling around on the ground.
Well, this is obviously not a real battle. This is like a,
tutorial with no instructions?
Well, no, it's like a trial by whatever thingy.
Trial by combat?
Yeah, whatever. You can see all of the other people, like, hanging out, watching it happen. Obviously, you and Grimsdorf and Nefja are not attempting to kill your friends.
Yeah, these are some farmers that decided we're going to come mess with this guy during his father's funeral celebration, and I decided that I wasn't going to stand for that and went outside to kill them.
So you were the aggressor.
I figure I had to be. I have to be a strong thane to my people. And what better way to show that than getting murdered multiple times?
Now, did you ever get out of this stage?
I did. I didn't lose the battle. There's a battle later that I just got my butt whooped.
That guy's name is Usviffer.
There was many ways to cheat, and I decided that I would only take one of those ways to cheat.
Say again?
There was many ways to cheat. There was options where I was supposed to be able to cheat, and I decided I don't want to do that because that's not honorable. And then as it turns out, I probably should have cheated because the other guy was like way more powerful than me.
So, like, you're saying that there are storyline options to cheat.
Correct.
And you decided, I'm not going to do that because I'm a good guy.
Because I don't want my people to see me as someone who would cheat, correct?
And then you lost.
Multiple times in a row. In the same battle.
You decided that rather than be somebody that would do anything for your people, even if it meant laying down your morals, you would go out there and just lose.
Yeah, pretty much.
You went out with your head high, but you went out nonetheless.
So here is the end of this fight, and I decided to let the brother go back to his farm instead of ending his family line there.
You should have killed him.
I should have probably killed him. It would have made it easier later on.
Oh, does he come back?
I go to him later on, and we'll show you that. So I killed all the farmers, and except for the one that I let go back to his farm. And what happened is everybody just kind of stood there and was like, I don't know what to think of that. So I said, anyone who has a dispute with me can observe our customs and challenge me to a duel, but I'll not be killed at my own feast.
That says ambushed, not killed.
You know what I mean.
I understand if you can't pronounce the word.
So the guy with the shield decides, I challenge you to a duel because it's the right thing to do. So there's lots of options here for what you're going to do. And I eventually say, okay, I'll fight you because it's the honorable thing to do and it's custom.
I'm assuming this is very story-heavy, then.
It's a very story-heavy game.
That's cool. Again, this reminds me very much of the original Neverwinter Nights. Maybe even a little bit of Neverwinter Nights 2. Super neat looking. I know there's a lot of Viking games coming out, so I guess this is the new zombie thing?
There was that TV show about zombies, right? Or no, not zombies. There was a TV show about zombies, of course, but they also made one about Vikings, which it makes sense that they would want to make some games about it.
Well, I guess if they're the new thing.
Gonna have to have something, right?
Now, what kind of a quest structure does it have?
This is the quest structure right here. There's optional things you can and cannot do.
Is it an open world and you can go around finding stories, or are you locked into a single...
You're locked into a zone with transport zones with different places you can go to.
So it's very RPG then?
Very much.
Crypto Fastason.
I just noticed that I have a last name. Didn't even notice that. I was really hoping it would be Spook, Crypto Spook. But nope.
Crypto Fastason.
So my father was Spook Fastason.
Those are good names.
Excellent.
So you're locked into these zones, and you can go out and find little mini quests while you're trying to finish a big quest?
That would have been really helpful, but no, I could not find any mini quests whatsoever because I desperately needed to grind up some XP.
So you were exclusively working on your main quest?
Yes, I could not get out. I think it was kind of like an introductory quest. It turned out to be very difficult, and the quest after that was also incredibly difficult.
It's interesting that they would decide to do it that way.
I believe there was a predetermined conclusion to the first quest. So that's my trap that I had set up, and now I'm just hoping that he'll walk into it so I can smite him.
Because he's not going to notice that on the ground.
Yeah, he didn't, as you can see.
I like how you were able to hang a net.
In the open sky, yeah. So I went to the farm where the son was of the guy that I killed and had a long discussion with the Thorgistlason guy and said, well, I don't appreciate what you did, but I'm going to spare you. And then they said, you can't do that or nobody in the clan will respect you. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just kill you then. And did not realize quite how many people they had wandering around in their camp. It's quite a few.
And then they proceeded to kill you a bunch of times.
They killed the schnozberries out of me. It's hilarious. Like, I did not expect what was about to happen when I said, I'm gonna kill you. Like, 11 people just rolled up on me, and every one of them did like 10 times as much damage as me. I've got 2 people following me, and we just got absolutely murdered.
You read so f***ing slow.
I was just trying to make a decision. This is a hard decision.
No, it's not. Just stab him and be done with it.
No, that's not what I did. I decided to have a fair fight, which I should have realized was a terrible idea knowing how bad my character fights.
A completely noble, upstanding, atrociously bad warrior.
Yeah.
I shall never cheat and never win.
Ever win. I will never win. So it all looked like it was going to go good. I'm like, all right, I'll keep these guys in a nice little battle formation here. And after the first end turn, I was like, well, okay. See about how well this is going to go. I'm thinking maybe if I just kill this guy, we can win. I never got the chance. As I die and regenerate in battle, so do they. So every time I kept coming back, they were just instantly hostile to me and tried to murder me.
That's good. End turn. Let's see, we got 1 dude. 2 dude. 3 dude. 4 dude. Man, like, the milkmaids are coming out to kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a lot.
You've got, like, the kitchen wench has come out to kick your ass.
Absolutely.
So at this particular moment, you're realizing...
This was a terrible decision! So I am now outnumbered pretty much 2-1. More than 2-1. I'm like, oh, this is gonna go really well. I think I would enjoy the game a lot more if it gave me a chance to at least grind out some XP, maybe explain the combat system in some capacity before I jumped into the game, gave me a chance to get armor. I don't know, like, it was good because it seems open-ended because there's a lot of choices you can make that'll affect how people view you. I didn't have a chance to see whether that would be good or bad for me and whether people respected me or hated me. There was no kind of, indicator for whether I was a good Thane or not, but maybe there will be once I'm in the game further. Overall, I think I had fun. I just wish the combat wasn't so brutally punishing.
I appreciate it. It's like playing XCOM on the hardest difficulties. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be trying it out.
With no difficulty slider.
With no difficulty slider. It still looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to play it. They have several others, and this is the same group of people who did Clandestine, which is a cooperative game that we're also going to have a video on very shortly. And you should definitely check that out when it comes out because it's super, super, super neat.
Okay, guys, that was Expeditions Viking. Make sure to leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of it. Best comment will win a free game this week.
Like it if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it.
And we'll see you on the next one.